Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cornelia Stephanie Show. I'm communicating with my guest and Amelia, the happiness guru, and we're having trouble. She's having trouble signing on. So I'm still going to hold the space that she's going to be able to make it in. But so just bear with me while this is what we do, right? So how's it going, David?
On my phone. I'm confused, Cornelia. I'm trying to get into the Zoom. Are you wanting to now go into live Instagram instead?
Yeah, she's not clear of which links to use. So I'm just going to talk for a little while, and then hopefully we can get in contact with her and bring her on, because it is sometimes very confusing, when she's one of these people that's very active on Instagram Live, and then all of a sudden when you have this kind of a setup. So let's see. We were going to talk today about, with Amelia, is it possible to achieve inner peace and permanent happiness now, even these uncertain times? And Amelia was walking and talking at 9 months. She grew up in London, England, within the music, fashion, and entertainment industry. And she has defeated massive medical challenges while reading thousands of books by others. Today, now based in the USA, she helps accomplished women over 35 go the final mile towards happiness and inner peace. This is her calling, you guys. Hold on a minute. Amelia?
Hi. I'm just confused. Are we trying to do Zoom or are we trying to do Instagram?
No, we're not doing Instagram at all. So the Zoom link that... Can you give me your email address, and I'm going to send you a link right now. Can you do that?
You can just send it through the Instagram. That's easier. I mean, I had your Zoom link and it's not working on the phone or the computer, and I just moved everything because I have a different...
Amelia, I am live on the air right now. Okay. So if you can just give me your email address, makes it very easy for me. Because I'm live on the air. People are watching me talking to you right now.
Okay, so it's Amelia at howtobehappy.com. Okay. It's spelled with just the letter B. Amelia at howtobehappy.com.
Okay, so hang on, dear. So I'm going to send you this link. Hang on. Thanks, everybody, for listening and for tuning in. Why don't we take a quick break on the Cornelia Stephanie Show, and we're going to be right back, and I'm going to bring Amelia on. Absolutely bring her on. We're going to do this. We're going to super power through this because that's how we roll. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for listening and tuning into the Cornelia Stephanie Show. We got her. We got her back. Welcome to the show, Amelia.
Hello. It's lovely to be here.
It's lovely to have you. It's amazing what happens with technology, but we stay the course and we pull through and we show up, and it's like, wow, we did it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was introducing you, and I was talking about that you have defeated massive medical challenges while reading thousands of books by others. And today you're based in the USA. You help accomplished women over 35 go to the final mile towards happiness and inner peace. You have a 100% success rate shown through your many client video testimonials. Your international client base demonstrates that permanent happiness is achievable, and that inner peace and abundance are available for those that are committed to doing the work. So, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. One thing I will say is I have a 100% success rate, but I am selective with the clients I choose. I know who is a fit. And often the people that are guided to me are the right fit. So that's the reason I wouldn't, if I was just to go out in the street and just help everybody, I'm not sure if it would work quite so well.
Yeah, because you said it. Somebody who is willing to do the work, who's really willing to do the work, because you're going to take them and meet them in areas where you yourself have been, where you yourself have moved through. Is that right? And you're going to meet them where they're at, right? They're willing.
Exactly. Because also there's many that desire permanent happiness, but they're not prepared to do the work, and they actually want me or one of my coaches to do the work for them. And those particular individuals are not a fit for us. So it's definitely about the commitment, and the determination is absolutely key.
Good. So you know how I met you? I was talking to Spirit, and I was asking for something specific that I'm not going to mention right now. And the next day, I was on YouTube and ran into your video with Charlie and young Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the first time that I've seen you. That's when I found out about you. And it was interesting because I had never met you before, but then I was able to be guided. I listen to when the messages come, just like you listen to when the messages come, because you told me your angels were talking to you about somebody's going to be contacting you about a podcast.
Yeah, exactly that. Like literally, they'd said it within the last 48 hours before I heard from you. They said someone's going to contact you for a podcast, and it was almost like a thought of like, oh, I'd quite like to do a podcast with a nice, lovely lady, and they were like, yeah, it's happening, and then you arrived.
Yeah, isn't that amazing how it's working? I mean, this, you know, very interstellar communication, this telepathic communication, because I was asking Spirit for something specific, and then I was guided to you the next day. And
Yeah.
it's how it unfolded. And I was sitting with the information for a little while before I even reached out to you. It was always like, you need to contact Amelia, you need to contact Amelia. And so then here we are. So I'm so glad to meet you, and it's wonderful to have you on. So you are happy now.
Yes.
You're happy now. Are you happy every day, every now moment?
Yeah, I think that is the key. I think if you have to choose positive thoughts, you're already having to fight for that happiness. Happiness should be something that you revel in. You revel in it. It's the only way I can explain it. I was getting some downloads before I came on the line with you, and my angels, they always talk all at once, but they were talking about like how the fact that, like, for example, if there's a color that you like, let's imagine the color you like is burgundy or claret or something like that, because obviously that would look great with your complexion and things. But if you really like it, you could paint a wall, buy some new curtains, have a lovely scarf, like doing things where you get this urge. And as you can see with me, I'm a bit of a unicorn, had a thing for pink flowers, so decided pink flowers was the one. So it's like being able to live it as soon as you feel it, and not blocking yourself. And that comes from achieving an inner peace, which comes from an inner clarity of actually clearing what needs to be cleared from inside. And then happiness is your natural state, and unhappiness is foreign. And when unhappiness comes in, you will know the tools and the actions to take to rise back up. So it's actually the unhappiness that's foreign, as opposed to happiness being foreign.
Excellent, excellent. Now, I always say that today's the best day of your life. And so, since today's the best day of your life, what is it that you want to say to the world stage, the people that are listening? What is it that you want to say with this state of the way that the state of the world is in today, and this level of consciousness where we're here? What is it that you want to say?
So there is a battle going on outside, a battle between light and dark. Inside of the whole of humanity is a battle between light and dark that continues to rage. You can win that battle. You can put the enemy in the corner and put it to sleep. so that you no longer self-sabotage, so you no longer get in your own way, and so that you are able to be guided towards the peaceful route. It's like in a boat. One route heads towards the storm, one is heading towards calmer waters. When you are able to put your shadow, your ego, your inner critic to sleep by withdrawing its food, when you're able to do that, what happens is you naturally start going into calmer waters. So for example, the way that the world has been kind of crazy this year, if I'm completely honest, my path, apart from an ankle injury, but other than that, my path has really been quite smooth. God had already laid things out so that I was very comfortable. I was already working from home, I already loved where I live. So being at home was like, great. I was like, okay, you know? So it is very much about having that trust in a higher power that God will provide, but at the same time, there is actual work that needs to be done, and anyone that tries to bypass it or skip a step or do a shortcut, that's not the way forward. You have to be prepared to say, okay, I'm going to dig deep, I'm going to put in the time, the energy, the finances, whatever it takes to get to a state of inner peace. But I believe that getting to inner peace and permanently changing your inner landscape, your inner environment, is probably the best decision you could ever make, as it will impact everything: your health, your relationships, your romantic relationships, family, friendship, career, finances, everything. Because every decision is made either from a place of love or fear, depending on what's in charge inside of you.
Beautiful, beautiful. What is your vision? So, what's your vision right now for 2021 as you're, moving? What are you excited about? What are you working on? What's your vision? What are you doing?
I'm so excited. Could you see it? Like, as you said it, I just started grinning. I just have such great feelings about 2021. I feel that on the world stage, coming into March, there will be a lot that will be exposed. Those that have not been aware of what's going on behind the scenes and underground, and what's been hidden, it's going to be a bit of a shock for them, but it's also going to create a huge upliftment, because what's going to happen is those people are going to evolve very fast, and so the overall consciousness of the planet is going to rise very quickly. Now, for those that are aware of the things that are going on, they're going to be very much going to be continuing on this path, going into mission, going into divine purpose. For myself personally, I know the journey for me is going to be very much, I'm working on an online program so that I can actually help third world countries as well as women in the Western world. And so that's something that I will be completing towards the end of the year, beginning of next year. But I just know that next year is going to be delightful. I see lots of retreats with my inner circle clients, my VIPs, and I see the world changing in a great way, permanently, forever. And I see my role in it is being able to help people to get a grip on the ego, starve it, and put it in the corner so that they can live in divine connection with God, with the higher self that's guiding them like a GPS towards heaven on earth.
Heaven on earth. That's it. Exactly. That's, the Cornelia Stephanie show. This platform actually is heaven on earth. This is exactly heaven on earth, is a state of consciousness, right? That we hold within our being when we realize that we're the creators of our reality. And so it's beautiful that, you already are, sharing that whole energy, that excitement of what 2021 is going to be about. And, now more than ever, things are just going to accelerate a lot faster than they have before. And it's really, really exciting. I love what you're doing with the third world, other countries, and what you're going to be working on. Be sure to then, of course, when you do have everything all figured out with what you're doing, then make sure that you let us know so that we can support you in your expansion and all of that. And so I know that you do a lot of work on Instagram, because you pretty much, I always see Amelia is going live, Amelia is going live. So tell us, tell us how the audience can get in contact with you on Instagram, and
Yeah.
or any other information you want to share about your social media handles.
Yeah, so Instagram is kind of like, I feel like my full-time job is just being on Instagram, really, which is great. It's the way that my angels prefer me to work. I'm happy with it. It's fine. But yeah, so my Instagram is Amelia Happiness Guru. So you just put the little at and then Amelia Happiness Guru. I do go live a few times a week. I'm blessed to have some great friendships, great relationships, some really quite impressive people that I've had on to do lives with me, ranging from Simon Parks to Dr. Charlie Ward to Robert David Steele, to Amber Nicole and her partner as well, Tito Ortez, David Rodriguez, Sean Stone, Laura Eisenhower, yeah, and then recently Chris Sky. Today I'm on with a guy called Chief Americano. Um, there's there's a lot of, and then obviously Young Pharaoh, Montaga. It really, I have been very blessed. But yes, I'm very small in the YouTube side of things. I do try and remember to do it. I actually have a huge interview coming up the day after election day. It's going to be myself, Kerry Cassidy, Laura Eisenhower, Sean Stone, and David Rodriguez, and I'm actually the organizer of that roundtable. So that's coming up. And so really with the Instagram, the great way to actually get in touch with me is you click the link in the bio and it takes you directly through to my website where you can click where it says book a free call, and you hit the button and you choose a day and time that suits you. You can be anywhere in the world. My clients range from Australia to Dubai, Canada, all across Europe, the UK, across America. I mean, our clients literally are everywhere, the Caribbean. So you just put in your time zone and it will figure that out for you. And all I ask is that you prep for the call. Make sure you've eaten, make sure you have privacy. And remember that this is time for you. And the call will either be with myself or Alicia Bravo, who is my CEO and my master coach. And I tell everyone she's actually a better coach than me these days because she teaches it all day, every day. I actually invented it, created it, but I haven't been teaching it every day for some time. So if you get Alicia for your call, you're actually lucky, guys. But yeah, that's how you can get in touch with me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can you tell us where do you reside?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, you're in Atlanta. Okay, yeah. So, because you're from the UK and then you moved to the US, how long have you been in the US?
On and off for a few years now. I first came out from the music industry, and so I was out here in 2007, and I just fell in love with the long summers. And I don't think it's something I can give up. I think I can only upgrade to even longer summers for my next move. So I'm a summer girl.
You're a summer girl. All the colors and everything. I can see how definitely you are a summer girl. Well, it's wonderful that you were able to join and come on today to share some of that happiness juice that you've got going and really talking about what's important, that you do have to do that inner work, and that the ones that are ready to work with you or your team, that they can contact you, and that, it is that deep inner work that has to be done, but they have to be committed.
Exactly. And the only way out is up. And we are going into an evolution. We are, as a planet, raising in consciousness. And so everyone's going to need to do this. But if you do it with a professional that does this all day, every day, it's relatively painless. It's only a little bit painful. And it's fast. And it's effective. Whereas, trying to do your own shadow work can be extraordinarily difficult. And can be a lengthy process. And some people now just want to reach inner peace in the next, by the end of the year, and that is actually possible.
Yes. And again, it's like, like you said, the inner peace is something that is possible now. If you're just willing to sit with yourself and you're willing to make that commitment to do that inner work, that time is now, and that there's plenty of support out there for you. I mean, like you said, you've overcome so many challenges in your life, and here you are today. You are vibrating at a place of inner peace, and so others can also look to you for that guidance and that support. Amelia, it's a pleasure to have met you and to have you on. Stay with me because we're going to go off to another platform, you and I here. And I just want to thank the audience today for listening and tuning in. Stay tuned for the next show. The next show is going to be with Pia and Colin. We're going to talk to our Palladian friends, and we're going to talk to about how to really strengthen your foundation right now with all the cosmic weather and everything that's going on. And it's a very, very enlightening conversation that I know that you're going to love so much. Thank you for going to the Cornelia Stephanie YouTube channel and subscribing to the channel. It means so much so that we can get more of this content out to as many people. Thank you for listening and tuning in. We'll see you again. Ciao.